Meet the U.S. Global Go Gold and Precious Metals Miner ETF, or GOAU. GOAU is a new way to invest in the metals and mining industry. The fund is the latest from U.S. Global Investors, which has a long history of investing in the gold space. Its CEO and Chief Investment Officer, Frank Holmes, is the co-author of 2008's The Gold Watcher, Demystifying Gold Investing. He's also received a number of awards over the years, including Mining Fund Manager of the Year by the Mining Journal and U.S. Metals and Mining Top Gun by Brendan Wood International. What we can learn from Moneyball. Like the story loved by baseball fans everywhere, the U.S. Global Go Gold and Precious Metal Miners Index uses intelligent, quantitative analysis to pick stocks, like Billy Beane picked players in Moneyball. Facing a lack of revenue and the loss of several key players, Beane said, "We got to think differently." The GOAU index also thinks differently. While it's not selecting baseball players, it is using a smart factor approach to screen for high-quality, well-managed producers that have a proven track record of profitability, even when metal prices are down. Companies that rely primarily on debt to finance their business are eliminated from the index. Time will tell if the fund produces successful results. Like Beane said, let them make the mistakes. When your enemies are making mistakes, don't interrupt them. Of course, we don't have enemies, but this applies to the competition too. What's a royalty company? A royalty company, sometimes called a streaming company, is basically a specialized financier for cash-strapped miners that need help with operating expenses. In return for upfront cash, the royalty company receives one of two different types of payment. It can receive royalties on whatever the project produces, or it can receive rights to a stream. A stream is an agreed-upon amount of gold, silver, or other precious metal at a fixed, lower-than-market price. The financing generally comes with less restrictive terms than what traditional lenders offer. This is why many explorers and producers tend to favor working with royalty companies. That's why we like this business model. It's helped many royalty companies enjoy wide profit margins and free cash flow, allowing them to remain profitable even during gold bear markets. The revenue they generate per employee is much higher by comparison. For example, Wheaton Precious Metals, which employs only 30 people, generated close to $26 million per employee for the past year. Compare that to a large senior producer like Newmont, which employs roughly 30,000 people. It generated $310,000 per employee during the same period, a potentially lower-risk mining investment. Many investors want exposure to precious metals but can't tolerate the risk. GOAU could be the solution. Royalty companies can help investors manage many common risks that traditional producers face. For one, they avoid mining-related operating expenses because they're not directly responsible for building and maintaining mines and other costly infrastructure. Many royalty companies also hold highly diversified portfolios of mines and other assets. This can help reduce concentration risk in the event that one of the properties stops producing. As a result, many royalty companies have enjoyed a much lower break-even cost than traditional miners. Potential upside exposure to precious metals. Along with potentially lower risks may come greater upside. Royalty companies have a well-known history of increasing dividends. Between 2012 and 2017, they had a combined annual dividend growth rate of 17%. That's better than the S&P 500's 11% growth rate. We believe these companies are just better allocators of capital. They take on very little debt and deploy cash reserves at opportune times. These are among many of the reasons why we find them so attractive. We think GOAU is special because it gives such a significant emphasis to companies engaged in the production of metals through passive means. To learn more about GOAU, visit our website or give us a call. Please consider carefully a fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. For this and other important information, obtain a statutory and summary prospectus by visiting www.usglobaletfs.com or by calling 844-383-5387. Read it carefully before investing.